What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video. And you remember what I said a couple of videos ago about I was talking about Madam Web and the whole Sonyverse and how much of a cluster that entire universe is, right? So some more news came out. And so what came out was basically from the Insnider. It's from Jeff Snyder. He was a former writer with Variety and The Wrap and all this other stuff. And he's been talking about like a lot of different movie stuff and like he's been right about some stuff, so I'm not gonna say it's like untrustworthy, but this is some things that were leaked out or whatever. And so basically, I was on Twitter. The only reason I stumbled upon this is because I'm on Twitter. Because I'm on Twitter just looking up different memes and stuff before that whole thing fell apart and became like a bot fest, right? That's what I usually get my entertainment from, people arguing and stuff. But I'm on Twitter and I see this tweet. And it says, Sony wanted Andrew Garfield to be the Spider-Man of the Madam Web universe, but then later changed plans to Tom Holland. However, they realized they did the time period wrong, so they reshot and removed everything referencing Spider-Man in the particular year. Because apparently this universe takes place in 2003. What are they doing? I never seen a more incompetent studio since Warner Brothers, and this is saying at least Warner Brothers got their universe started off. At least Warner Brothers had their titular characters and were able to use them. Of course, they picked the wrong course with Zack Snyder. We don't have to get into the whole thing with Warner Brothers and the DC EU, but if we're comparing comic book universe to comic book universe, DCEU is it's gone, right? They ended it. They ended it, okay? At least it had a starting point. At least it had, at the beginning, some sort of idea. Who are they pitching this to? Who's taking over the reins? And what they're doing, right? In the very beginning, not when it all fell apart. The Sonyverse is literally a horse with three broken infected legs that are just hobbling in the farm, in the field, okay, just hobbling, moving, and the farmers are refusing to put it down for whatever reason. They are refusing. They are in denial, holding up hope like this is gonna fix it. They're gonna heal up, okay? We don't need a doctor, all right? It's just gonna heal naturally, and it's gonna come back to life. The horse is gonna be okay. This universe is cooked. Okay, is washed. No one is seeing these Spider-Verse movies. Can Sony please, for the love of God, give the rights back to the MCU? And I'm not trying to hear nothing about, oh, I'm so happy that Sony had the rights to Spider-Man because we wouldn't have got such great movies. Like what? Like Venom? Like Craven, Madam Web, Morbius, Morbing Time. Don't hit me with that. I'm not trying to hear that. And yes, you can say the Spider-Verse films would never happen if it was under Marvel. But I retort that with those two gems over the constant years of dog shit that we get from this universe, from this company, is not worth it. I'm sorry, it's not worth it. I'd rather see an MCU Spider-Man centric film than the Beyond verse where the animators are getting or in abusive situations and abusive environments. Okay, I'm sorry, all right? It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Because the amount of shit that this company continues to mess up, it boggles the mind. Speaking of Spider-Verse, right? The voice actor for Peter B. Parker, Jake Johnson, even came out and said during the interview when he was promoting his new movie, Self-Reliance, I think. Phil Lord or Chris Miller, the people who made the Beyond the Spider-Verse, asked him like, hey, we have an idea for a movie. Would you like to do like a live action Spider-Man? He'll be interested. If it's like Sony with a new director, he's not interested in. And it shows. Why do you think that people don't want to be in these fucking movies? He don't even want to be in it, right? And then you have the whole thing where Tom Holland is like denying scripts for Spider-Man 4 unless it feels right, because apparently he getting scripts for the Sinister Six and a multiversal war and this and a third, when he just wanted to be street level, so he's like denying script because like he I think his contract was only for 3 movies. So in order for him to come back, he has to really like the next trip, unless they want to recast Spider-Man again, which they don't want to do. Because if you recast Spider-Man again, it's pretty much cooked at this point. So he really has the gun here. It's like, yo, I'm not doing no bullshit movies. Let's have an authentic Spider-Man. And shout out to Tom Holland. Tobey Maguire is always my favorite Spider-Man, but my respect for Tom Holland is top tier because he understands. Like when Sony pulled out from Disney with the whole Spider-Man thing, and he went to Bob Iger, was like, yo, Spider-Man needs to be in the MCU. I don't want to do this without the MCU type thing. Shout out to Tom Holland, because most actors wouldn't do that shit, you know what I mean? Unless you really care about the character. And you know, some people don't really care about the character. Like, look at Halo, you know what I mean? The main character, the main actor, doesn't even want to wear his helmet for most of the fucking time. We play a character who never takes off his helmet, you know? Bullshit. But Tom Holland really loves and respects the legacy of Spider-Man. And I will forever support this man and wanting to have an authentic Spider-Man. And the rumor is the next Spider-Man villain in the next movie is supposed to be someone that has been featured in a movie before, like it's gonna be a new villain. So I'm interested to see what it is. Could be Scorpion, could be Chameleon. Like, I'm really interested to see what it is. But Sony's in a clusterfuck, and I don't care. You can get mad at me all you want. Sony needs to give the rights back to Marvel. Are they ever going to do that? No, but they're going bankrupt at this point. Hopefully, let's cross our fingers, because the only way they get the rights back is if someone buys Sony or they go like bankrupt or something like that, and because they can't sell the rights, because it's like only they can have it. So if they lose the rights, it goes reverse back to Marvel, whatever, right? And so I hope, man, listen, fuck Sony. All right, that's the shit I'm on right now. Okay, their PlayStation ain't doing good. All right, their movies is ass. Fuck Sony, okay? That's the shit I'm on. But I just don't I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. And I already told y'all my idea. I told you my idea in the Madam Web video. What I would do, it is a simple solution. Have a Spider-Man 2099 universe and set everything in the far future. It's easy. That's it. You could have it where you'll do the eventual crossover and you do a remake of Edge of Time. And if you want to kill off Peter Parker Spider-Man, you can do that and introduce Miles Morales into the MCU, and then that's how you do it. Okay, that's it. It's so simple. Like, I don't know why they're struggling so much to do a Spider-Man verse. You have access to the most iconic character of all time in all of his villains. Why is it so hard? Why is it so difficult? Because Sony doesn't know what they're doing. How could I say this? I was about to say something so crazy and disrespectful, but the more I think about it, the more frustrating. It's more frustrating than Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers, they messed up, right? But Sony is like a constant spiral of messed up. At least Warner Brothers put out decent movies that are watchable. You know what I mean? Like, you could watch Aquaman, you could watch Shazam and be like, okay, this is fun. I enjoy this movie. What does the Sonyverse have? Honestly, all the Venom movies are trash. I'm sorry. They ain't got nothing good coming out. And if you say Spider-Verse, I guess, but like, that's not really what I'm considering in that universe thing that they're doing. That's more like a separate thing. But damn, and even that's not even worth it with the, you know, the crunching and all the back conditionings for the animation. I feel shitty watching it. It's just, my God. Hopefully one day we wake up and we see that something happens to Sony with the rights revert back, so we can get an actual MCU with all the characters and no BS legal reasons why we can't have X-Men show up in Spider-Man, and while Peter Parker doesn't interact with any other Avengers outside of his own movie. It's like, bro, all right, let's get this over with. Or the whole contractual, we need one Avenger in each movie, so it's like it feels shoehorned in because some of them will show up for a cameo and just dip. It's like, bruh. But those are my thoughts. Tell me, this is the question for the chat. If Sony gave you the rights to Spider-Man, right, and was like, yo, do whatever you want in whatever film rights, whatever filmmaking is possible, what Spider-Man movie would you make? Would you make a 2099? Would you make a Spider-Man Noir? Would you make a, I don't know, Future Foundation Spider-Man spinoff thing? What would you do? And let me know down below. I'll be in the comments and see y'all.